Fireplaces are the heart of a home. They're primal, they're emotional, and they're practical. And every family room has a very unique story to tell. On today's episode, we're going to be talking all about the center fireplace at altitude adjustment and the isokern unit that we're going to be using. I have Carrie Phillips here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. This is a really cool day, and I want to talk to you guys kind of about the process of making the selection for the fireplace for this house. Some of the things that the homeowner really wanted, some of the ways they wanted this space to feel, and why we landed on this isokern unit, because there are a lot of great units on the market, and we had to make a decision. So, Carrie, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So tell me, what is your role at isokern?
I am the Northwest Regional Manager, so I handle 7 of the most Northwest states of the United States. And I work with architects and builders as well as dealers and distributors, getting our product out there into the market and making people's homes look beautiful.
A lot of that Northwest is where I imagine you're seeing more fireplaces. I would imagine they're not as popular in a place like Scottsdale, Arizona, but you still get them.
You'd be surprised. We do have regional managers covering the entire United States. However, I always say that I'm not a good salesperson. I just have a lot of opportunity because I have the most beautiful territory, have a lot of opportunity for ski areas and, Montana, Colorado, Utah here, so there's a lot of opportunity where people want to really upscale their homes into having these features within their rooms that they choose.
Yeah, and this is absolutely the case for this particular home. So we've chosen to use the Magnum 72. Tell me a little bit about that fireplace.
Well, that fireplace is not for the weak, for sure. It's a very large fireplace. It's going to be 6 feet wide and approximately about 40 inches when it's finished tall. So that is a huge volume of space to be able to either burn wood or to burn gas.
Yep.
And so it gives you that versatility of burning whatever type of fuel you were looking for. But the whole point of it is it's going to be the focal point of the room because it has a very grand opening.
Yeah, it's not that common that we see these open box fireplaces with that big of an opening. 6 feet by 40 inches. I mean, it's going to make a statement when you walk in that space.
It sure does. It's really interesting too because I always say I do the ugly part of the fireplaces. What I sell you never see. You guys make it all so beautiful, but it really does start with the base, just like the base of a home. So you start with a fireplace that can handle different types of fuel burning in it, that can handle the size and still be UL listed and tested, and has a very easy way of being installed.
Yeah, this homeowner really loves the idea of burning wood in their home. And I think that's a very common thing when we're looking at these houses that are built in ski resort areas, even resorts themselves. It's not uncommon to walk into a place like Deer Valley and see these big open box fireplaces that are burning wood. It's just a different feel, it's a different smell, it's a different experience. And so that was really important to these homeowners. But we also have a whole bunch of challenges ahead of us because this house sits at a really high altitude. We're at a really tall elevation. We've got some challenges with the HOA and all kinds of different things that we're dealing with on this project. So I want to kind of talk through some of those details with you. So if there are other people that are maybe building at a high elevation somewhere, they can kind of know what is the benefit to using this particular model or the isokern in general, and kind of more information that they could look into for their particular project. So how do we handle, or what changes when we're talking about putting this type of fireplace in a home that's at that elevation?
So I always start off by trying for us to just go back to when we were younger and how do you build a fire? You need oxygen to build a fire, right? And you need it to combust and you need it to draft. And so part of getting that done is you've got to have adequate oxygen. And so when you start going up into this area where we're 8,000 feet, your oxygen becomes a little bit leaner or thinner. And so you don't have that opportunity. In addition to that, because a lot of these desires are to have these large open statement pieces, now you've opened up the volume of your fireplace. And so now you have a couple fluids that you have to consider. So there's a lot of area in that box that has to be considered to be able to combust and go up. So without having that air and that combustion being able to happen, you're not going to get a good draft. So it's very, very important when we deal with these types of fireplaces in these elements that we consider how are we going to get this fireplace to combust and to draft properly.